Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're actually going to go over the first dividends of the year that we got from Roundhill. These were declared pretty much on New Year's Day, and these were paid out on the 3rd. We're also going to cover some breaking news regarding the Roundhill fund manager, Dave Massa, and his social media appearances. So I'm trying to get a lot of the fund managers back on in the start of the year here. I haven't had any fund managers on in a while. It seems like it's been a couple of months, and most of them are in the works again. But Dave Massa of Roundhill is actually not able to come on right now because his company's compliance department apparently is reviewing social media appearances. So he said, stay tuned. Let's see, let them work it out, see what they say. But for now, we're not going to be able to see him. So I think in a way that actually kind of helps the competition because we'll of course still see Jay. We'll of course see Will. The Curve Funds people, Howard, Sylvia, and most of the others. So, because they've never had that kind of a problem. But anyway, let's go over what the dividends were. Welcome, Richard King. Looks like it was your first time this year making the live show. Let me announce the Discord real quick. Looks like we're getting a lot of you on. Let's see here. And really, I'm still trying to get the channel back on track. Ever since Hurricane Milton in October, I feel like I'm half of the audience that I was. So I'm just going to keep plugging along. But it helps when I announce on Discord. Okay, let's do this here. 12:01 a.m. The day just flipped. We're officially at January 5th, a day away from the infamous January 6th, day that will live in infamy, right? Let's see here. How will this impact Bronny James' legacy? Well, maybe we should ask on January 6th. Happy New Year. Yeah, same to you. Okay, so let's, oh wow, we got lucky number 13 of you on here. So the first thing here, I was a little surprised this morning because I had reached out to Dave about coming back on the channel. And I'll just read his answer verbatim here. Just so you all see, actually. I'll just go ahead and share the screen. So yeah, he's basically not able to come on until his compliance department is able to review. Here we go. This is him. Happy New Year. Thanks for reaching out. And unfortunately, I'm unable to join as our compliance team is reviewing our ability to participate. Let me not share this here. Hold on. I'll revert back to you when I have more information. Okay, so that's pretty much what I had shared. Let me do this real quick here. Here is the distribution. So we're going to start including YBTC. That's our 4th weekly one. We've been including 3 of them. We're about to include the 4th one. This was declared and paid on January 3rd. So we had, for XDTE, we had 34 cents. For QDTE, we had 30 cents. For RDTE, we had 59 cents. I think I might start doing the same thing that that Rod does. Actually, he does a competition of these, comparing them like to YMX and YMAX. I kind of do the same thing, but they're in different spreadsheets. YBTC got its first dividend, which was $1.03, $1.03 and a half. So let's do some spreadsheet analysis here. I'm really improving my spreadsheet here. I call it the master Google Doc. So here's what we're going to do for starters. Well, I've got Ulti over here. Why Ulti no go up, right? So I guess this one, I should just move this to a separate one because I've got like other shit in here. I'm going to need to add YBTC. Should you go all in on Misty? Oh, I would answer your question, but I don't have the advanced equipment here with me. What do you follow? What WWKD, right? What would Khmer do? How's that for logic or lack thereof? Citizen of the Year, high dividends or barbarism. Oh, we got wow, we got a decent audience here. Wow, once I start talking about dividends again, you all really come out of the woodwork. Wonder why that is, because dividends are free money, right? Or are they? I still struggle with that because I look at growth investing. Like I look at Tesla versus Tesla. Of course, Tesla's the underlying. I mean, you would have like 3x'd your money over the same amount of time that Tesla's been around. But it's that psychology. It's all up here. It's like, and I'm in it too. So, I'm making basically a full-time dividend income, but you know, you're still sacrificing a lot of upside with not being in the growth. I have a little bit of Tesla stock. Foolishly, I sold like half of my position before the election, and should have realized, you know, Elon being as influential as he is, that it would keep going up. Okay, so for starters, let's do this here. Let me zoom back out. We got to balance out grandma being able to read this with me being able to actually perform my calculations here. And it gets more and more cumbersome the more layers we get here. So this is a very advanced spreadsheet tactic here, such as cutting and pasting, moving it a line down. Some of you say I should have this done in advance, but I also like to make this spreadsheet class as well, you know, because coaching is not just related to finance, but it's also has to do with, you know, teaching you all life skills as well, such as spreadsheet crafting. Now, why did I do that? I just need to drag it down. Okay, so first dividend here, we're going to do XDTE first. So XDTE was 0.336263. So 0.336263. Let's see here. Center all these. I will say the difference between me and a channel like Rod, he has all this done in advance. But you can see our numerical knowledge is fairly, you know, similar. I need to step up, probably make different pretty colors and stuff like that so you guys can pay better attention to it. I know it's all white. White's kind of plain and boring. Okay, so as you all know, what we do here, we take the weekly dividend, we make it monthly, and then we make it annually, and then we take the share price. There's a lot going on here. So this is for XDTE. While I'm at it, let me go ahead and take the sum. Oh, it already did it for me. Okay, so we have now paid out $10.54 in dividends. I guess in a sense, like to my point I was saying a second ago or a minute ago or a few minutes ago about you know, the dividend income, the idea of dividend income, it is a realized return, whereas like with growth, it's not realized till you sell. So there is a psychological factor involved. I believe this is week number 41 now. Pretty soon we'll be a year old with this. Now, how can it be the same? Hold on here. Divided by 40. I guess it averages out to the same. How about that? Let me make sure here. So we are at 41 weeks here. 41, that's correct. Somehow the average stayed the same over the last 2 weeks. Let's look here. Well, the average did stay the same. Okay, so our next step here, we want to go over, oh, shoot, what's the site? I was just going to say the year's already off to a good start. I feel very productive the last 2 days. That's always a good sign, right? Seeking alpha. We want to seek a lot of alpha in 2025, right? Let's check something here. Oh, look at this. We got a sighting from Coffeeholic. You can just insert a row instead of cutting and pasting. I know, I like to do things the hard way. But I'm glad my audience knows the easy way to do it. As long as you all know what to do, I've done my job, even if I didn't actually teach you. How's that for logic? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's like 12 a.m. What time zone are you in? So what you're by this week? I'm going for Coney. Hopefully it doesn't keep going up so I can get 67 shares for cheap. You know, I would actually like to have like a direct pipeline into the stock exchange and say, hey, guys and gals, prevent this from going up until I can buy at the price I want. Once I've bought at the price I want, screw everybody else. The stock can do whatever the heck it's going to do. But as long as I get in for the price, kind of sounds like what you want too, right? I know that's not reality. That's just kind of a fantasy. But good to see you on, by the way. I know you're all here for my breaking news, which I broke early. I should have made you all wait. But it's okay. See, I'm transparent. Okay, next thing. Oh, we're looking at the share price for, see, I'm on my phone up here. I've got kind of a ghetto setup here. Let's see, XDTE. This is going to be 50.24. What were we at this week? By the way, some more breaking news in case you all don't know. Because of Jimmy Carter's passing, we're going to have one less day of trading this year. January 9th, which is Thursday, is going to be a national day of mourning for former President Carter. So no markets are going to be open on January 9th. I said that on my Discord the other day. Some of you thought it was fake news, but it really is true. Okay, so as of the declaration day here, this was, let's see, what did we open at? We open at like 50.13. We're at 50.24 now, so I'll just use 50.13 as our price over here. So $50.13. Now this calculation, this is actually the, excuse me, this is T43 divided by U43. So this is the actual dividend yield, the projected dividend yield. It fluctuates a lot because you can see week 41 was a lot lower than week 40. And then this cell over here, this is actually the difference. And so U41, so we've lost $3 a share and in this fund. Now we need to include W43. Okay, so what this is telling us, since inception, we have now lost, hold on a second. Why am I summing this? This should be, this isn't right. W3 is there, which there's nothing in that cell because that was week 1. And then W43. That shouldn't be a summation. But anyway, the whole idea, this is what we've lost. So what I should actually do, this should be W43 minus W3. Or rather, W3 minus W43. That's what we've lost, essentially. So, or maybe I should just take an average. Average, let's do the average. That's a better calculation to do. So on average, we lose 11 cents a share per week. So there's some NAV erosion. It's not terrible, but we are down $3.12 from the beginning. Actually, what I should do is take this one, divide it by W3, and get a percentage. It doesn't want to give me, oh, I'm sorry, this should be V3. V3. What? This divided by, oh, I'm sorry, V2. Oh, this is all messed up here. No, I'm sorry, U2, like the band, U2. U3, never mind. That's the sequel to U2. Where the streets have no names. Where the NAV has no appreciation. How about that? Okay, so this would buy us exactly 1994 shares. It would, so weekly dividend, this is the money columns here, right? Literally the money columns. So Z43, this is $670.78. This would be the weekly projected dividend income for XDTE. Annually, this would be $34,880.66. And then this, we're taking this minus this, oops. Q minus W. Dividend minus, it should actually be W43, I think. Okay, and then the average, we need to include the last two cells here. Okay, so the average dividend income here, and I take the average because this fluctuates so much, so this is 25,665.41. Z44 divided by U4. Z44, that's like 14%. We'll look at returns later. I really had to fix this spreadsheet because of when they converted it to a table on me. That really messed me up. Okay, so now what we're going to do, to answer that one person's question, the reason I can't insert is because I have other junk here. I need to just delete it. Now that it's a new year, I've kind of been focused the last few days. I haven't been going out doing as much, so I'm a little bit more focused here within the last few days. Hopefully I can maintain the momentum. Okay, so we're good. We have a few more lines. We can go a few more weeks here. So QDTE, let me circle back to comments really quick here. Money Saver with a $sign. Feppy has joined the chat. Oh, you changed your name again. You said I meant good night. No, you actually mean good morning. So this is like your third try, but hopefully your third try is the charm. Because it's actually good morning on Eastern Standard Time where the coach is. Sometimes I have a very coach-centric philosophy. I don't know why. What are you buying this week? I do a lot of wheel strategy trades. If you've been following me lately, I'm primarily focused on the wheel strategy. I collect my dividends from my yield max funds still, so they pay me one stream of income, and then my wheel strategy options trades have been making me a phenomenal amount. You all wouldn't believe. I'm afraid to show like how much like everything put together, what the accounts made. Like it was by far my best year last year. YBTC is one of my favorite funds, but since it will now be a weekly payer, I'll definitely have to add it to my portfolio in the future. Yeah, I might add some more crypto stuff. Maro, first dividend's pretty decent. I have 2 shares of it. 2 shares, that's it. What a cheapo. I'm joking. Hopefully it performs well in the future so I can buy more, but right now I'm unsure about it since it's fairly new. So you kind of just dip your toes in the water and then say, oh, I'm going to just buy 2 shares. Funny thing, when I first started investing, that's exactly what I used to do, but I realized really quick that buying like 3 shares of Disney and letting it go up like $10 a share and then selling was not going to cut it. So I quickly realized I needed more shares. Then I realized options trading was the quicker way. Okay, on we go. What's our next one? QDTE. QDTE was 0.298366. So 0.298366 is over here. Let's $sign this bad boy here. We actually had, I'm sorry, this was 4 trading days because New Year's Day was a holiday. Not that this column makes a difference. I don't even know why I put this here, honestly. I could probably just delete this column. Maybe I'll put it up for a vote. Okay, $1.19 monthly. Annually, this is going to be $15.52. Let's look up for QDTE. And then we'll end the video. We might actually go for a half hour because I'm kind of in a rambling mode. I wasn't necessarily born a rambling man, but I am in a rambling mode right now. So we're going to go a while, unfortunately, for better or worse. Let's see, January 2nd. Let's see here. I do have a joke for you all that I might throw in there if I get a chance. Let's see, we'll go with January 2nd, 39.96. Let's see here, we'll take 39.96. This one's losing a lot. T85 divided by U85. Yeah, there's no way. It's down to 38. That's more realistic. That's our dividend yield right there. Our weekly projected. So what I do every week, I annualize the dividend yield for that week, and it fluctuates a lot. As you can see, it's fluctuated like 60%. $2.08. This is the difference between, this is how much it lost. As far as the, what am I trying to say? As far as the fund price, this is what the fund has lost in a week. Now we're going to calculate. So it started at 46.35. So let's see here. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Okay. Let's see. So this is going to be U46 equals U46 minus U86. So this one, folks, has lost $6.39. Percentage-wise, that is divided by U36, right? 0? 46, that's why. I was 10 off. I need this in terms of, so this, folks, this has lost 13%. On the hypothetical $100,000, this would garner us how many shares if we were to make this investment this week? 2,502. Because the fund price dropped, we're able to buy more shares. So sometimes that's a good thing, right? Dollar cost average. The weekly dividend is down to 747, like a giant jet, right? If we round up. And then we are at 39,000 for the annualized dividend. So watch this one. This is like what we call reversion to the mean. beautiful finance concept I can illustrate here. Look how close this week's dividend, this week's annual dividend payout is to the average. That, folks, is what we call reversion to the mean right there. Okay, so that's number 2. We are going to do RDTE now, and then we're going to start to add the other one, the YBIT, or the what is it? I can't think of it right now. YBTC, I think that's it. And then I think we're just going to start comparing these to others. Okay, so for RDTE, let's go over here. Let me check comments. For some reason, I feel like you all are a chatty bunch tonight. What do you think about curve ETFs? Oh, don't throw me that curve ball right now, money saver. I like them, though. I'm going to have the fund manager back on. Any fund manager that will come on my channel, I like the funds. I'm just joking. That's not the criteria I use. That would be a disaster. That would mean any fund manager could come on and get me to pitch their funds, right? In the future, can you do a video explaining how options trading works? Like just a basic video. I try to explain it. I show all my trades and stuff. It's pretty easy. Like you can pretty much just follow what I'm doing, actually. I'm just wheeling like NVIDIA and stuff like that. But I could always do a basic video like that. I just don't feel like it gets the views. You know, I'm kind of in a space here where we got a lot of big channels growing fast. And for me to stay relevant, I have to kind of cover what's relevant. But maybe I can sprinkle in 1 or 2 things here or there, maybe for a super chat. I'm joking. But, you know, we'll see. I'll try for sure. Okay, we got a lot of you on. We got a chatty group tonight. I like that. You all are here for the breaking dividend news. Gotta love it. Okay, the RDTE one was 0.590683. 0.590683. By the way, just as a general poll to the audience, how comfortable do you all feel like I am on camera? Sometimes I watch myself and I kind of want to incorporate more, I guess, personality. I feel like I have a great personality, but I'm kind of an easy grader on myself. Sometimes I feel like I'm kind of flat, and I've seen some of you all in other Discords. Like there was one person in particular that thought I had like a cardboard personality, so that's kind of embarrassing. But I try to be as personable as I can, but I was just wondering what you all's feedback was on that. I know we don't really have an efficient mechanism to gauge the feedback. I don't want to put a poll out, so I guess you all could just comment. More comments, right? Okay, so 59 cents for RDTE. That's $256 monthly. That's going to be, if we annualize it, and again, we're just annualizing the dividend. So we doubled over last week. That's $30.72. Let's pick the price that we want to use for this week's share price, because this was a few days ago. I'm going to try to get better at doing this the day it happens, by the way. Okay, so let's look at the last 5 days. Of course, New Year's Day was a holiday, so oddly enough, how much did the market fluctuate New Year's Day? I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with hero, 0. They rhyme, but they're opposites in a sense. Okay, this one we're going to go with, we'll go with 41.18, which is lower than it's currently at, so that builds in some cushion. So not 41, 41.18. Okay, so we lost like 70 cents from a week ago, almost 69 cents actually. 74.59% dividend yield. Like that's sustainable, right? That's why I try to average these. Okay, so the fund has fluctuated 0.69. If I look at this is cell U103 minus 102. Oh, I'm sorry, 69 cents rather, just like I just said. And then I have a funky formula here. Oh, this is easy. This is what the other formulas actually should be. I need to fix this on my own time. Free time, as they say. What the heck is free time, right? Okay, 103. All right, so we're down 7.06% here. Hold on a second. Why don't I have this formula the same? Oops, I didn't update this, folks. You got to pay attention here when I'm not. It's U86, actually. So, ooh, that one's down. Hold on a second. That we lost another 4% there. This formula should be consistent, but as you all know, I got really screwed up when the Google Sheet, the Google Doc converted this into a table for me. It really messed me up. Okay, so U86 minus U46. So that's the formula we want there. This should be consistent up here too. Let's see here. Okay, we want to take equals this minus this one. Let me just do this real quick. I know I'm off topic here, but I just need to get this taken care of here. Divided by U3, 5.59. Okay, so we have nav erosion in all of them. U86 minus U46. Let me make sure that's right here. Give me just a second here, folks. I'm almost back to our regularly scheduled programming here. Okay, all right, I fixed that. Okay, so that shouldn't be an issue next week. I want smooth sailing. Okay, on $100,000, this, if we were to make this trade today, this would, or as of Friday, because the market's not open today, this would garner us 2,428 shares. Weekly dividend income would be $1,434.39. Annually would be $74,588.43. But as a caveat, I put below here the average because you see how it fluctuates so much. These funds dividends fluctuate quite a bit. So if I add the last 2 weeks in, which I didn't do, the average is 41,790.41. So now for our final verdict across all these three, what this is saying, folks, if you were to invest in a evenly split portfolio among 3 of these funds, evenly split 3 ways, a $300,000 portfolio, you would have this much in dividend income. You would have, as of this week, that can't be right. That's not right. Hold on, AA 101. Wait a second. What? AA 41. Oh no, it's AA 43. Hold on a second. This is screwed up here. It's you know what? I'm sorry. Let me just redo it. Is this even the right one? Okay. I'm just going to redo it. It's going to be equals, excuse me, this cell plus this cell plus this cell. Okay. Damn. Okay. So on a portfolio of $300,000, your annual dividend yield would be close to 50%. Let me go back and see what I got wrong there. I guess I was just adding the wrong cells because it's been as high as 200,000, which is crazy. That's like a 50% return on your money with very little NAV erosion. You can obviously see why these are so appealing. What I want to do though, because I don't want to give out outlandish expectations here, like, wow, you're going to make like $150,000 salary on a $300,000 investment, because there will be a lot of you probably trying to do that. So let's focus rationally here, and let's take the average of all three. So let's take the average income. This is a more reliable figure here, folks. The average income is 105,000 on your evenly split portfolio 3 ways. So this is more realistic. This is 35%. That's a lot more realistic. So if you were to take $300,000 and invest it across all 3 of these funds evenly, you would have an average annualized dividend income of $106,000, which is a full-time salary. That's what a lot of us are looking for. So you still have that. It just, the other one might be a little bit irrational. Okay, now what we're going to do, folks, we are officially in overtime. We are in bonus content. So we are going to take the same thing we've been doing for all 3 of these funds and apply it to a 4th fund now, because I believe YBTC is going to be, it's going to be the shit, right? Or is it? No, I'm just kidding. It's going to be a weekly fund, I believe. Hold on a second. Let me do this here. Shoot. I want to keep a space here. Let's go over here. YBTC. Over here. $1.03. So 1.035643. 1.035643. 1.035643. There we go. Okay. So that's our first one. I like the decimal points in here because I'm OCD. So I keep this one. This is going to be our first week of this. So I'm going to keep all these centered. Trading days 4. We're going to literally drag and drop this formula over here. So this would be $4.48 weekly. If we were to make this annually, this would be $53.85. These cells, I only keep like 2. I know I'm inconsistent, right? But I only keep 2 decimal points on these cells. Okay, this is our last one, I promise. Let's see what we got here. Wow, Coffeeholic is chatty today. YBTC is a weekly pair. That's why we're covering it, June Universe. Your June Universe, but we're in January, so you're like 6 months off. I'll probably try that before using my own money just to get some practice. What you can do, you can open up like a dummy account. Not saying you're a dummy, but it's called a dummy account. Because, I mean, we all kind of do start out as dummies, but that's not why it's called a dummy account. But you can open up like just a practice trading account with $200,000 and you can practice your options trading. For me, I rather just cut to the chase when I see how much money's made. Like, I like to just do it. YieldMax, I think, moved to do 1 for 3 so they can push to $50 a share. That's what they've been doing. So their funds are a lot more expensive. Okay, folks, hang with me here because if we don't hang together, we'll certainly hang separately. Who said that? I think that was Ben Franklin, right? Okay, hang with me here. Not in that way. But yeah, we have a 4th fund here, right? So let me pick the share price here. YBTC. Okay, so YBTC is currently at 51.32. This fund hasn't been around too long. I think we'll actually, hold on. We went public around, oh, it's like a year, but I guess it just now became weekly or something. I'm not exactly sure. So the share price we're going to use for this one is going to be our first week doing this because I think it just became weekly. They're competing with YieldMax. Let me X that out. Okay, so as of, let's see, we'll pick $50.20. This is what we'll do. So 50.20. There's no change yet, so these columns are irrelevant. Off of $100,000, this is how many shares this would buy us. Okay, 1992, the year Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Wrong. You'd be surprised how many people that get interviewed on the street that say that, though. Okay, so it's going to be this times this. $2,063.34 is our dividend times 52. $107,277.71. So that's our first week in the books for YBTC. So that is about all I have to cover for you folks tonight. Class is going to be dismissed here. Let's see. Yes, they will have their first week as weekly this week. Yeah, so that's why I included it in the analysis. Would be great if someone created a fund just like Misty, made it into a weekly pair, wouldn't it? You gotta love Misty, right? Like Citizen said up here, all in on Misty. I don't know. Should we? Okay, folks, thank you all so much for tuning in. Class is dismissed for this evening. Hopefully you all learned something. Like, comment, and subscribe, and join Discord, and spread the word to your friends, family, neighbors, relatives, enemies, dogs, cats, all of the above. Thank you folks so much for tuning in, and we will see you all in the next one. Take care. Good night. Bye.